Hello everyone, I know I haven't filmed in a while and I definitely haven't filmed like a sit down video in quite a while. Please let me know like if you enjoyed the vlog that I did a few weeks ago, if you enjoyed the week-long study with me. I actually quite enjoyed filming that and I found it quite like motivating, made me want to do like more work so that I could make it seem like I revised more. Yeah, so let me know if you enjoyed those. Today I thought, I haven't really planned this video, but I thought I would do a sort of organisation, how I get organised, what my weekly routine kind of thing is like, because I think we're on we just finished week 8 out of 10 weeks and I finally have got myself into a good like routine for uni. Obviously this can apply to A-levels and stuff. If you want more like A-level revision advice, things like that, then just let me know. Like, I'm always open for suggestions. I'm hopefully going to be doing a series pretty soon on my channel where I film with my friends and ask them about their A-level experience and their degree and their university experience, because they all do very different things. So if you have any questions about medicine, dentistry, physics, I haven't asked all my friends, so I'm just going to chuck it in anyway, like politics, history, and even English. Like I said, I haven't asked all these people, but yeah, if you have any questions about studying those, then do leave them. And also if you have any questions about studying at the University of Edinburgh, University of Hull, Queen Mary, University of London, University of Greenwich, University of Exeter and University of Birmingham, then leave them down below. I'm hopefully planning to do a video with one of my friends in Lancaster about Lancaster specifically, about studying here. She does Spanish and German and French, so languages as well. So if you have any questions, the videos might not go up for a while, but leave them and then I'll just refer back to this video. So let's get started. So what I do every weekend is I actually recently got a printer for my birthday, and every weekend I go onto Moodle, which is like our portal where they have all the links and stuff like that, PowerPoints and worksheets and things like that. So I go onto Moodle and I download everything, and I always do this. I always download documents and then put them on my desktop and then organise them on my desktop. So I have like Spanish at the top and then maths and then what's my other subject? And then like biology, but it's a bit more ordered than that, but I just put them together. And then certain things I'll print out. I don't print out everything. For example, the math slides are given to us. I print out the biology ones because I've got into a routine where I just write on the slides if they say anything else, but a lot of the time they read off the slides like the lecturers do, so you know, not that useful. But I basically go through the week. Then I go to my timetable. On a sticky note, I write like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, whatever, and I look through my timetable and figure out what I'm going to have to do. So for example, if I look at my Monday timetable, hopefully I can show you a picture of it now. And first I have a Bio 112 lecture, so I'll have the Bio 112 notes, then I have Spanish grammar, so then I'll have Spanish grammar notes, then I have a Bio 122 lecture, so then, by the way, Monday is like a really busy day, it's not usually this busy, but then I'll have Bio 122 notes, then I've got a context seminar, and then I might have some work from that seminar, maybe some reading to do, and then I have a practical, and usually have work due in practical. And then on my sticky note, I will just like preempt what I'm gonna have. This is what I'm doing this weekend, so ignore that. But then I'll do it for Tuesday, and then Wednesday, Thursday, and then Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and then I have an other section for if we're set work in the week that goes in other. So things I know I'm gonna have to do, like I know I'm gonna have a maths hand in next week, and I know that I'm gonna have notes to do on these lectures this week, and I know that I'm going to have practical work to do, then I write that so I can see already if I don't get set anything else, which sometimes I don't, but if I don't, then this is what I'm going to have to do. And I've been trying to do everything on the day that I get it. It's very hard. For example, if you look on Monday, I literally have 9 till 6 and with the 1 hour breaks. Like, it's impossible to do all the work. So I just have to plan it. And then on Wednesday, for example, I only have one thing to do. I literally have 2 lectures on Wednesday morning, so everything can be done really easily. And this is what I do like every weekend. So Saturday today, and I've done it today on Saturday. And basically like planned it out. Everything that's been left over from last week, I'm doing this weekend. So I'm not going to absolutely do everything. I like, for example, on Friday, I'm not going to do the maths hand-in on Friday. I have the whole weekend to do it, so I'm going to do it on the weekend. And then that's like what I plan. The next week is exam week again, so I'm going to have, I think, 3 exams this time, because I have a grammar 1, 2. So I need to plan and make sure that I'm on top of this week's work. And also I'm going home Tuesday for 1 day. Like, I'm literally going home then coming back out. So I'm not really going to have time to get back at like 10 to do the work for Tuesday. So that's like my general organisational tips. Other things that I would say is, it's hard when you first get to uni or when you first start A-levels or whatever to know what's going to work for you. But once you do, always like prepare yourself. So reading ahead is a really great thing to do, and I would recommend it. But it is a very, very difficult, because not only do you have to be on top of stuff, you have to be ahead. And I have only once so far managed to write notes before a lecture. I wouldn't recommend doing that necessarily, but I did it for the audit module I'm doing. So like, it doesn't count much. It doesn't really count for anything actually, but I just did it to get it out of the way basically. And ideally this weekend, if I have time, I'll do all the notes for that module before, and then potentially if I miss it because 2 of them are 9 AMs, I've already done it. Obviously I wouldn't say do that, but it's really good to try and do stuff ahead, because they do tell you what you're going to be doing like well in advance, and they post everything. It's good to like at least know what you're going to be studying, and like look up on it, and just be kind of aware of the structure of the course and what's coming up in the next lectures. Also, we have pin boards, so one thing I do is if I need to memorise something, try and get aware early on that I'm going to need to know it off by heart, and just stick it up. I won't make necessarily a conscious effort to memorise it, but I will stick it up so that like it's there and I can look at it, and then closer to the exam I'll actually like sit down and try to memorise it. I think if you want to be organised in your studies, you have to be organised in your life. So if you are living away from home, I would suggest meal planning. Something I did at the start and then I stopped doing, and I regret it, because literally on my shelf all I have is butter and cheese. So Sainsbury's today, that's my plan. And to give myself less stress, I'm going to plan what I'm going to eat. It doesn't have to be strict, but just like, okay, well, this day if I've got, make sure you have enough meals basically. Obviously you can buy food, like I've been buying a lot of food recently the last few weeks because I've had no money. But yeah, it's pretty much just about kind of making sure that you have everything, checking, do I need to buy toothpaste, do I need to buy shampoo, like all these kind of things. It's good to be organised. And like, for example, I need to buy a suitcase at some point because I'm going home, obviously for Christmas, and my suitcase is a bit small, I think, so I think I need to buy a bigger suitcase. But it's like I only go to town when I do my food shopping, so I'm gonna have to make a separate trip. All these things. Also, like I having to sort out getting a house for next year, which I've finally got. So things like that. You can just make sure that you are aware of when things need to be done. That's why I use the calendar on my laptop. So I downloaded my school calendar, and then I have that. They're all like lectures and things are in blue, and then everything else like appointments and meeting people or whatever, I put straight in my calendar. And then every day when I wake up, even though I think I know my timetable, I check it, because then I can see, oh, I've got this extra talk, or oh, I've got to go here at this time and meeting these people at this time, all that kind of stuff. And that helps me like to really be on top, and I really love seeing everything there. And I try to do things quite far in advance as well, because like for example, I completely forgot that I was going home on Tuesday because I forgot I had an appointment, and it's a good thing that I was looking ahead this week to check that I have like that I'm going to miss some lectures because of it. One really important thing is sleep, and I know it's something that a lot of people struggle with, I struggle with, but in general I've gotten into quite a good routine. So because I wake up at 7:30 when I have 9 AMs, which is 4 times a week at the moment, I go to bed or like try to sleep by 10:30. So usually stop doing work 8:39. To be fair, I don't even work every evening, but around that time, and then get into bed and then try to sleep around 10:30. Obviously it doesn't always work, but 9 hours is, 8 hours sleep should technically be enough, so, and 9 hours is like what I like to get, and then that's what I do. If I don't get enough sleep, so for example, if I slept at like 12, so I was having 7.5 hours sleep, I know that's quite normal for some people, but for me that like really would affect my whole day. But so if I was to be getting less sleep, the most important thing is to still get up, because if you then lie in or like miss your lectures, you'll never get back in the routine, because then you're just getting used to going to bed late and then sleeping early. Whereas even if you get up after having like 5-6 hours sleep, even though you'll feel horrible and it will be a horrible day, you'll then be tired and so able to sleep at night. Maybe it won't be instantly, maybe it will take a few days of being absolutely exhausted, but eventually you get into the routine. And then on the weekend I try not to vary too much. I do have a 10 a.m. start on Wednesdays, I'm so lucky, and so I can stay up till 11:30, but even then I usually don't. I end up going to bed around the same time and having loads of sleep, so it's really, really important. And I think having that in check, it takes a lot of stress. Quite stressful to not be sure if you're going to be able to sleep, and it's quite stressful to anticipate I'm going to be absolutely shattered the next day. So trying to really, I haven't mastered it. I do loads of things you shouldn't do, like go on my phone in the middle of the night when I wake up, or like, like you should read before bed, and all these things I don't do, which I would love to do, but it is quite difficult. But just getting in a routine, and like for example now I'm a Celeb on, so it's like, well, I've got to finish all my work by 9 so I can watch I'm a Celeb, and having like deadlines. So like for example, when I do work before I have a lecture, I just set, okay, I need to leave at this time, so I need to get it done in time, and it makes you speed up. Although obviously you might not get it done, in general, like getting things done before 9 o'clock, or I'm gonna miss I'm a Celeb, or like getting things done before 4:30 because I need to leave for a lecture or whatever, really speeds you up, and it like motivates you and pushes you to do work. I think we're often tricked into thinking that loads of stationery means organisation, and it's not true at all. In terms of like stationery pieces that I do always use is sticky notes. I use plastic wallets and folders, like to put things in so papers don't get damaged. Somewhere to put my notes, I put them in Arch Lever files, so that they're safe, and then they're there, and then when I need them to revise, take them out and put it in a plastic wallet. Obviously you don't have to do that, no one has to do anything that I've said, but these are just my general tips and advice. Like the night before or in the morning, I always mentally plan my day, and I think, okay, well I've got this lecture, and I'm going to come back here and I've got 3 hours to do work or whatever, and then I'll think like, okay, well what am I going to do in that time? So obviously I'm going to eat probably, I might like have a little break, and then I've got this one thing to do. And I think never like try not to set yourself too much. It's so easy to be like, oh, like I've got 5 hours, that's no time, I'm gonna do this and this. Sadly, this is where my footage like got corrupted and I lost the audio and all of that, which I don't know why it keeps happening. I don't know anything about technology, so I don't have to fix it. But I was basically saying it's so easy to be like, oh, if I have 5 hours free, I need to revise for 5 hours. And in real life, like nobody works straight for that long, and like even in a job you get breaks, and at school you get breaks and stuff. And I was basically just saying, do your best. But yeah, like I said, I'm not a perfect person. I literally handed an essay that I wrote the night before. Well, I half wrote on Sunday and then finished it on Tuesday, and it was due on Wednesday. So I'm not a perfect person, but I did plan that I would have enough time if I left it to the last weekend that we were given it like weeks ago. But I did plan that I would be able to do it. And I think it's just about planning. I don't know what else is. Like I just always plan and structure my weeks. Like I have obviously the structure of my timetable and then extra little bits that I just fit in, and I think you don't need to be over the top and like set everything in stone, because it does need to be flexible. But if you just have a rough guide and then try to follow it, but obviously if you don't follow it, well that's fine, because like, you know in yourself whether or not I could have done work at this time, or if I was feeling really tired and hungry and like all these kind of things. So it's important to not be too hard on yourself and to set yourself like realistic goals, because if you set yourself really like high standards, all that's going to happen is you're going to miss them, and then you're going to feel demotivated and feel like you're a failure for absolutely no reason. And I think also, just do your own thing and don't worry about other people. Like, it's so easy for me to look at other people and be like, oh, they're reading ahead for everything, and oh, they're doing this, and it's like good for them, but I can't manage that at the moment. And like, I don't know what they're understanding, and I don't know where they're at, and I don't know what their flatmates are like, and I don't know what their work ethic is like. I don't know anything about them, and they don't know anything about me. So I just need to focus on myself, because I know how much I can work on what I have to do and my technique that works for me, and like that's what I'm going to focus on. Okay, I just want to say thanks for all like the recent support that I've had on this channel, and like influx of subscribers. Where are you guys coming from? I don't know, because I only promote my videos on my own social media, which I don't have a lot of followers on. Am I being recommended? Maybe is YouTube helping me out? But yeah, thanks for subscribing. I know this video wasn't like super in depth, but I just wanted to give some thoughts on like how I've been structuring and organising my life recently, and I feel quite good. I feel like I'm in a good place, and I do get days where I feel overwhelmed and I feel like, oh my god, I have so much to do. But in general, I feel like I'm getting to the end of term, and I'm glad. And it's been good. So yeah, let me know how you guys are, how are your studies. And that's it for this video, so I'll see you next time, hopefully with a video about studying physics in Edinburgh, and that might be coming in about 2 weeks. Maybe there'll be one before, I don't know. Anyway, I'll see you later. Bye!